In this video, I'm going to show you how you can decode financial markets, and this is a free printable template from ctksmethod.org. When you understand how the macro factors impact in-market factors, you'll find that you can read financial markets at an expert professional level. Let's run the numbers. The reason that we need to decode financial markets, everything moves in an alignment and in intercorrelation and interdependence with each other. You can see all this negative monthly momentum here on the US 10-year, the US 2-year. If it's negative here, it's positive over here in gold and silver, especially if the trio combine, including the DXY. The DXY has had a lot of monthly negative momentum. It's starting to get less negative, but what we've seen just recently is the percentage probability of a rate hike just literally halved in the past 24 hours. It was 2.7% one day ago. It's 1.2% today, and that has caused total crypto market cap and Bitcoin to both rally. You would have seen exceptional strength in Ethereum, ADA. BNB is still consolidating. I think this is going to be one to watch. I was talking recently about Bitcoin Cash being very suppressed on the monthly basis, just like XRP. Bitcoin Cash is starting to turn around. Inside the monthly service video on the ctksmethod.org, I explain how to read and form this chart, how to understand the current trend and the monthly. The next part of this structure is to understand where the reversal or continuation patterns are. But for now, this is a very powerful thing to do. I'll just explain it a little bit more. When the yields go up, that creates an increased cost of borrowing and a strain on the financial system, especially if short-term yields are higher than long-term yields. That creates a big problem for the banks. If we have inflation, we expect the yields to increase and the dollar to increase. It looks like the inflationary pressure has come off the economic system, and we can see that reflected in the demise of the DXY. And the Japanese yen, the dollar-yen combination, we expect these to move in the same direction. We expect the euro and the Aussie dollar to move in the opposite direction, kind of like gold and silver. We've seen risk-on activity in junk bonds just going nuts recently. That is a very good sign. When junk bonds are going crazily up, that's pushing positive momentum into the stock market and into the crypto market. Many people have the urge to just dive into what they're trading and investing in. Say you were trading and investing in Solana. You would say, oh, Solana's positive price move for the month is due to the news on Solana. But it's not true. The news is one component, but it's not the component. To decode financial markets, we must simply look across the yields, the FOREX pairs, junk, bonds. We need to see how all of these macro factors are impacting the stock market and impacting crypto. You can see not only Solana had a fantastic month, but ADA had a fantastic month. Doge had a fantastic month. Ethereum and Bitcoin, total crypto market cap. Notice Binance is just roughly consolidating. I think Binance is going to explode upwards, because as more and more faith is restored into the crypto market, BNB was hit very hard. I'm leaning into BNB at the current time. I was explaining that Bitcoin Cash was very suppressed over the past month. It's starting to go positive. I've been leaning into Bitcoin Cash. I'm also leaning into XRP. I want to see opportunities that have turnaround potential to get on the right side of the percentage and the right side of profitability. Inside this month's monthly service, I explain a little bit more about this, and I show my trades, just a helicopter view across the Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin, BNB, ADA, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Doge and XRP trades for the month of November, just towards the end of December. And for those people inside the CTKS Method service, the DXY levels are coming out, the total levels are coming out, Bitcoin is coming out, and the S&P 500 is coming out today. There's some very interesting things structurally that are happening inside the market. I'm going to start making decoding financial markets just a part of our daily routine together. We can see that the crypto fear and greed index, there's more crypto greed inside the market. Yesterday it was 71, today it's 74. There is an expectation come Monday that yields will be still under pressure, the dollar will be under pressure, and the main markets will continue to rally. That is seen by the focus of the Fed FOMC meeting. The futures traders have 1.2% probability of a rate hike right now. It was 2.7% yesterday. The lower this rate hike percentage is, the worse it is for yields. The worse it is for the dollar, and the better it is for everything else, including gold, the euro, the Aussie dollar. But just be aware, the Aussie dollar is coming up to a massive level of structural overhead resistance. We've seen a bit of a retracement in the Nasdaq just of late. The S&P 500 is just exploding upwards, but the Nasdaq is getting a little bit weaker. With this decrease in the probability of a rate hike, if it flows through to Monday's price action, we would see the Nasdaq start to pick up steam, Tesla start to turn around, Microsoft and Nvidia start going up, and of course Apple going up as well. Apple already is weak positive, so it's got a bit of a positive current trend to it. Due to my focus on getting the structural levels out inside the CTKS method service, this is just a quick video, but it gives you so much insight on how to connect all the different charts together. For example, if the Aussie dollar is starting to tank, expect the DXY to go up, the dollar-yen combination to go up, the euro to go down. These are the things that you want to look for. You want to look for intercorrelation and interdependence. If the dollar is rallying, expect junk to get weaker and the major indices to get weaker, and also crypto to get weaker. We're seeing pretty much the exact opposite at the current time. That is very encouraging. One thing to note, Bitcoin is acting with a lot of strength right now, as is total, but you need to go to step 2 to look at the structural resistance and support levels to understand if continuation can occur. Let's just quickly do that now. Looking at total crypto market cap, we look at this particular price action. We just really can't figure out where the support and resistance levels are. Why should we care? Why do we need to know where support and resistance levels are? Well, specifically, we need to know where smart money is buying and selling. That's the key. Let's pop on the indicator and see what we're looking at right here. You can see that with total crypto market cap, there's a lot of underpinning structural support levels here. We've just come up into a resistance level at $1.446 trillion. This is really, really good stuff. We see so much underpinning structure which supports positive price momentum. We're coming through one level of structural resistance, but it's not very heavy. We could expect a little bit of variation around this line, some consolidation before an actual push up. But let's have a look at Bitcoin. That's a really important one to see. Members of the monthly service, I just want to let you know that I'm bringing out one video with 4 things in it: Bitcoin, total crypto market cap, the DXY, and the S&P 500. This month, I'm going to focus on intercorrelations and interconnections. Understanding where the structural levels of resistance and support are is incredibly important. When we look at Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin is starting to take off, but can it continue? We know from our Decoding the Market that the monthly is looking quite good. This is a really positive sign in terms of upward price momentum. Zooming in a little bit, let's pop on the indicator. What we can see is that Bitcoin had a smart money resistance level. Resistance is when price is below. Price is above it at the moment, so that's structural support. But you can see this 38,453. That was very steep structural resistance. When it got through, it came back, retested, resumed up, and it's pumped through this specific level, which is an important one, at 39,258. It's hit a structural level above at 39,644. We can see that Bitcoin had a bit of a positive fresh air gap, and these gaps can get filled very quickly. The key is what is above. If you're a service member, pay a lot of attention to what's above. I'll be explaining it throughout the month. Decoding the Markets is absolutely free. Just pop across to ctksmethod.org. Just go down a little bit until you find this, Decoding the Markets December 2023. Just pop on that and you can download it free. Decoding the Markets is the latest synchronization cheat sheet. There's some really interesting things happening. You know that Litecoin was very weak, and this is the actual trade history. You can see that I buy on red and I sell on green. This puts all the percentages in your favor. It's quite difficult to do because your natural reaction will be to run, not to buy. 4 episodes ago, I had a video which was stop panic selling. You want to be panic buying, if anything, because you can turn your trades around. So long as you're making a profit, you're doing okay. And to set your targeted rate of return, there were some great questions that I definitely want to answer in upcoming videos on how I trade. But you can see, you can leave buy orders in the market to patiently get filled. This is called dollar cost averaging, but we do it via structural understanding and decoding the market as well. Here's an example on Solana. Buying on red is a beautiful way to get onto the right side of the percentage, and then you can sell on green, de-risking your entire portfolio. This is what you want to do. The key is to just get and focus on your annualized return on investment. You can see here with Doge, it doesn't matter what the particular chart is doing. You can be buying and selling on the way up as well, because you buy on red when the price retraces, you sell on green when the price goes up. It's really, really simple, and it's stress-free. One thing that you want to do, you don't want to get conned by absolute return on investment. If you got a 4% return, this absolute return on investment or absolute profit looks like rubbish. There's a lot of people that say, I got a $200,000 gain. That's because they put 10 million in and they got 2% back. What you want to do is something a little bit different. You want to focus on this annualized return on investment. If you can turn a certain percentage over and over and over again and just reinvest the profits back into the market, and there are very specific ways to do that, you will find that you can get an annualized return on investment, which will literally explode your portfolio. A lot of people are always chasing a very high absolute return on investment. They want 60%. 70%, 10x, 1000%, but the truth is, if you turn over a smaller percentage more regularly, your X is way in advance of what anybody else could get. That is the CTKS method, and you can do it like I do it. I always look at structure inside the market. Once you've decoded the market, it's really important to understand the structural support and resistance levels across the Tier 1, the Tier 2 and the Tier 3 charts. These charts, all of the crypto charts, I actively trade, and I go through my November trades inside the service this month. It's a helicopter view. I don't do deep dives on every single trade. There's just far too many of them. But I give an overview of Solana, Doge, ADA, XRP, BNB, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. That's what I actively trade, because they have the best percentage returns of any singular market. And what we're after is a high annualized ROI. If we get that, it leaves in the dust just about everything else. At the end of the day, you want the return. To get the return, it's critical to know the structure, but it's first and foremost, you must know how to decode financial markets. When you understand this, the whole world changes. And you can get the free printable template at ctksmethod.org. It also has the key economic events coming up for this month, as well as ways to interpret what you're seeing there. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.